The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom official trailer number 3, link in the description down below. Let's react to it and break it down. I have not seen this yet, so let's get right on into this. Okay, I've seen these clouds right here, and only those clouds so I can test the audio. So we got the floating sky continent area. Where's my bird from Skyward Sword? You gotta tell me those are in this game. You have to tell me. Okay, that freaking one robot is getting messed up by that slime. Aww. Is that robot trying to chop down the tree? Okay, like that. Where are we dropping, boys? I want to know where Link got the tattoos from. Okay, who timed it so that he would do the belly flop to the bass drop? Not the bass drop, but you know what I'm talking about. Oh my god, it's aliens. There's a crop circle down there. Okay. So some aspects of Hyrule feel very familiar. So we're starting to repopulate certain areas that were decimated from Breath of the Wild. Okay, I believe this is the desert. Something's waking up. I would not want to stand underneath those rocks. That would just be a me thing, though. Hi, Ganon. Hi, Ganon. I saw you. Oh, Zelda. Rip Bozo. Bye. She, literally, I think she cannot catch a break. Like, at all. By the way, that's a sick ship. We can... Okay. Where did those laser beams come from? That's just out of Sly Koopa. No shot you can twirl that thing on the horse. There's no shot. What the hell is that thing looking like? Hi, Epona. Okay, I like the new outfit that Link is rocking here. I like it. I'm a fan of it.
Zelda, we rely on your knight and that legendary.
I was about to say, is that Link talking? Hi, Master Sword.
Defense will be Link.
We just put this down. I gotta pick this back up.
Link.
Is it multiple Links? Is that what we're doing? Nintendo, what are we doing here? So, Zelda is off somewhere with maybe an alternate Link from one of the different timelines, maybe? Could there be multiple Links? Are we going a little bit of Four Swords over here? Oh my god, I like the idea of, like, Mad Max battles in Breath of the Wild. I'm down for that. You can make that thing spin. What the hell? What kind of Genshin boss was that?
I know why I am here. It's something only I can do.
I have to increase my stamina using this thing I got with 4 shrines.
Do not look away. You witness a king's revival.
Is that...
And the birth of his new world.
Is that... Whose voice is that? Hi, Ganon. Ganon's looking sick, I'll say that. The fact that Crystal actually lights up, I like that. Is Link actually flying there? What was that?
But
Look, the one gone, like, I'm here.
Link. You are our final hope.
What kind of Elden Ring fight was that? Tears of the Kingdom. Okay, so the thing that stands out to me is the Master Sword's broken in, like, all the promotional art, but we saw it, like, actually repaired in-game. So, does it break in-game?
Link. You must find me.
We know, Zelda, don't worry. That's kind of the point of the series. May 12th. Okay, so, let's break down what we saw here. First of all, the combat mechanics and the things we're actually doing in the open world seems very interesting and seems like a great step in the right direction to take the Breath of the Wild formula, to just increase that sense of player agency, just increase the things that you can interact with. It seems to be various mechanisms like those laser beams that you can shoot an arrow at and they'll just spin around like a Beyblade. That looked cool as hell. The fact you can make the giant fusion cots seems like a really cool idea to take on these, like, possibly Bokoblin posts. Where was it? I think it was here. First of all, that rail card section looked clean. Second of all, I pray to God that you're gonna not run out of stamina by the time you fall. Because if you fall and you don't have a stamina to use your glider, you're done. Like, you're just out of there. You might as well just uninstall. I think Nintendo's gonna come by and grab your own copy of Tears of the Kingdom. Out of curiosity, though, with the fusion mechanic, could I theoretically, right, grab a giant log, somehow haul it all the way up here, and then just, like, keep fusing it here, and then there, and then there? And make an artificial pathway? Could that be something I could somehow manage to do? There's a lot of questions when it comes to the overall sandbox of this game that I'm really excited to just try out. This looks sick as hell. I'm going to assume we're maybe in Death Mountain here, so maybe we can go subterranean. That'd be an interesting aspect to the world. This right here, I want to know, can you build this? I think you can, because this looks like that fusion material, which is essentially just throw some glue on it and call it a GG. But the fact that the goblins have these, like, rock warriors that they can, like, climb on top of, this is like Lord of the Rings with the elephants at the very end. I'm down for this. This looks sick. It's a freaking one thing waving its arm. Yeah, this is the spinny death beam of death and hypeness. I like it. That thing is straight up the Void Beast from Elden Ring. You cannot tell me otherwise. Like, straight up, like, one for one.
I know why I am here.
I have to be a new amiibo.
It's something only I can
I'm telling you, that's a stamina upgrade. I'm telling you.
do.
Watch it be like nothing even remotely similar. I will say this, though. I'm thankful the fact that going back to Ganondorf as a humanoid character, not just some kind of like primal entity. I think it's a way more interesting dynamic between Link and Zelda and just the overall state of the world than just some kind of giant cloud of death hovering around Hyrule.
Do not look away. You witness a king's revival.
You witness a king's revival. Look, I won't lie to you. That might be the coldest line in this trailer. Like, it might be. Also, I feel bad for whatever happened to Link here. There's no shot this feels good to you.
And the birth of his new world.
So I'm going to assume that maybe this scene happens rather early on, because I think this is the Master Sword. I'm going to say what happens at the beginning of the game is probably we join Zelda down into some pit, like in the very first trailer for Tears of the Kingdom. Ganondorf wakes up like, hey, what up? Does this Vine Darkness Cenarius from World of Warcraft Emerald Nightmare business. Shatters the Master Sword.
Birth of his new world.
And then the game is going to be us trying to find Zelda and then find a way to stop Ganondorf. He looks awesome. He looks badass. I'll say that. I'll give him that. The fact that Crystal's glowing, the fact that to fight the alligator from God of War Ragnarok, I'm down for this. Oh boy, more Vito side quests. Hoggers. This one Goron will never not make me laugh. The fact that everyone here, besides this, like, one bucket bro, has weapons and armor and maybe even a horse. This guy's just going shirtless. Man's got, like, one thong on, and he's wearing a helmet. All he needs.
You are not alone.
He's got a giant club. Are there co-op mechanics here?
But you are.
Is this what they're teasing here? Are we fighting alongside this guy? The fish bro? Against this robot bro? Is that what we're doing? Because I'm down for that.
Not alone.
Actually, Bamboozle is a turn-based game developed by Square Enix the entire time. This thing, I will say this. I feel like one of the strongest first impressions I've had so far with Tears of the Kingdom is just the overall boss design. There's some really cool and interesting... Actually, I called them Elden Ring fights earlier, and that comes from a place of love, because these fights look really freaking sick. And I feel like if we can get some more interesting boss fights in Tears of the Kingdom, that'd be a great step in the right direction for the formula overall for this open-world style of Zelda game.
You are our final hope.
So she has, Zelda, has part of the Master Sword.
You are our final.
But we don't see the bottom part of it. So it could be that this is after the blade is shattered and that literally this is all that remains of the Master Sword. That could be the case. And that would kind of give credence to the theory that Tears of the Kingdom is looping the timeline back in on itself. Because this could flow into Skyward Sword, where we have to essentially make the Master Sword. Or the Master Sword's origins. It could flow into that.
Hope.
Monolith, you're not getting this Ouroboros by me. Is that a statue of Ganondorf over here? I don't know, because the beard kind of looks similar. Right? It's a lot of interesting things going on with this trailer. So I think gameplay-wise, I really want to see how expansive this Skyward section is and how different the ground level Hyrule is from Breath of the Wild. I'm expecting some similarities to the ground level, but with a lot of deformities or just changes to the overall topological landscape. I'm hoping that's the case. There may be some the subterranean sections, at least Death Mountain seems like. That could be very interesting. These sky sections, I want to know how big and expansive they are. It seems to be encompassing the entirety of Hyrule. That's cool. I want to know just how much time we're going to be spending up here in these clouds. And the movement mechanics we're going to really have. I want to sink my teeth into them. I want to know what's going to happen to this one slime and robot fight. I'm very interested, now I'm invested here. So if I had to guess, I would say that the overall plot of the game, because it is a Zelda game, I'm not expecting like a ton of story here. What I think could be happening is at the very beginning, we somehow reawaken Ganondorf into his human form. He uses his powers to smash and scatter the Master Sword so we can no longer really use it. Zelda ends up with the hilt part of it, at least, somehow. Then what happens is she's whisked away or falls into the pit, like we saw in that one part of the trailer. Right there. So she falls. Link looked different there. With his arm. See here? Something's happening to Link here. That's something to keep an eye out for. I'm keeping one eye open for that. Something happens to Zelda. She gets teleported to the Skyward area, so probably somewhere in the clouds. They could introduce this as an early on concept, where we know where Zelda is pretty much from the onset, or where this location is, but we don't have the capabilities of reaching her. So the game could be set up in such a way where it's like, okay, now go find these various other dungeons to do those to get something to allow you to enter where Zelda is to free her, or whatever. Or find her. So after Zelda's taken, the game's gonna probably be set up in one of two. Either we know where Zelda is, we have to do the dungeons to get a way to get to her, or we have to do the dungeons to find out where Zelda is. I think it's gonna be one of those two.
And that legendary sword he carries.
This could be a flashback scene, possibly.
Our last line of defense will be Link.
Okay. This... I know I've seen this mask before. I don't think it's from Majora. I think that'll be bait. Why am I thinking Twilight Princess?
Link.
So, this is a version of Link, or she thinks it's Link. There's something going on with Link here. Or, maybe, he grows up in the game. Maybe man gets a growth spurt, so instead of unlocking heart containers, you unlock growth containers. So the man just gains an extra foot on his height or something. Maybe that's the case. It could also just be that they're really leaning into the converging the timelines, and this is one of the other links from another timeline, possibly. It's possible. I need to let the real Zelda nerds, like, sink their teeth into this pot. There's a lot of potential here in terms of taking the story in interesting directions, or just really complicating and confusing the timeline, more so than it already is. But I think gameplay-wise, I'm still extremely excited for Tears of the Kingdom. They seem to be leaning more into the story this go-around, so I'm excited about that aspect of it. There's always been one of my favorite things about Zelda games of late, is just how much they've been leaning into the story, and how kind of interesting it's been. I'm really excited to see where Tears of the Kingdom overall is going. And I think they probably have enough gameplay changes from Breath of the Wild in terms of the formula to at least make it seem like a game that can stand on its own 2 feet. mechanically speaking. So I'm interested in seeing where this goes. So I'm going to call the video there for today. Thank you all for tuning in. My pleasure making the video. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like and subscribe. It really helps the channel out and helps support future content, and I greatly appreciate it. Stay safe, everybody. Have a great day. Go play some video games if you can. As always, I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye, everybody.